Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to do the exothermic versus endothermic reaction lab for you. On your handout, we should have already answered the question and made a claim. And there are also two other questions where it says, what will happen in the reaction if this is an endothermic reaction? And what will happen in the reaction if this is an exothermic reaction? So you need to have all of those answered before we go ahead and watch this video. So what I've got is about 55 milliliters of vinegar. I don't have a beaker. I had a graduated cylinder, but not a beaker. So I'm just using this glass. And then I'm going to take some baking soda and add it to it. Before we do that, we need to record the temperature of the vinegar. So if you look at your data table on your handout, there is a place for you to fill in the data table. And it says reaction 1, vinegar and baking soda, the temperature of the vinegar before the reaction. So if I'm looking at this right now, we are at 21 degrees Celsius. So you want to fill that in your table before I add the baking soda. So I'm going to give you a second to put that in there, but we're at 21 degrees Celsius. Okay. I am then going to take a scoop of the baking soda, and this is not exact, but I just don't want it to overflow and mess up the computer or anything. So I'm going to take a small spoonful of baking soda and add, and then we'll look at the temperature again. So here we go. So we're going to look at this for at least 30 seconds to a minute, and I can already tell you that our temperature has gone down to 19 degrees. Don't put that in your table yet because I don't think this is done. We want to wait till the temperature stops changing and the reaction is completely over. So right now we are at 18, but there's still some fizzing happening in here, so we want to not put 18 down yet. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower. We still have a little bit of fizzing. I'm going to give it a couple seconds longer. So we've been watching for about 30 seconds at this point, but I just want to make sure that the temperature has gone down as low as it is going to go down. And I still see some of this reaction is happening because I can still see the bubbles and you can still see the bubbles on the video. So we really kind of want to wait until that has all completely finished before we record the temperature. Still a little bit of fizzing. The temperature is kind of sitting at 18 degrees right now. We'll give it a couple more seconds and then we'll record whatever temperature it is reading. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in your data table, you should record 18 degrees Celsius. So we started at 21 degrees Celsius, and after the reaction, we are at 18 degrees Celsius. There's still a little bit happening in here, but I don't think it's going to change that temperature much any longer. So fill in your data table, and then there are two questions that are following. The first one says, was this an endothermic reaction or an exothermic reaction? The second question says, what side of the reaction, the reactant side or the product side, has more stored energy? So we really want to think about that a little bit. The reactant side is what we put in, so the vinegar and the baking soda, and the product side is what's left in this glass right now. So we're going to have that discussion in class, and then we'll do the next reaction. So go ahead, answer those questions, and I'll be back.